Hi guys, I'm here at the O2 Institute in Birmingham with the legend himself.
Hey, I like that.
How you doing, mate?
Just joking. I'm good, man. It's good to be here. Very good to be here.
Welcome back. It's been a little while since you've been in Birmingham.
I'm very grateful to be back.
Yeah. This is kind of your second UK trip in about 3 months, isn't it? Because you did Harvest Fest.
Yeah.
In Ireland.
I mean, this is the first time, I guess. When was the last headlining run? Was what, a year and a half ago?
Yeah, it was April last year.
Yeah. So it's been a minute, but we've been trying to make it work to get back. This is, the last run was special for us, so we've been itching to get back over here.
Yeah. I was just saying, there's something really, really special happening over here for you, isn't there?
I feel like it. I felt like something special happened after C2C. When we saw the actual album sales after that festival. That's what I'm always focusing on, are people getting the music. So to see that happen, and then watching what was happening on iTunes after, and you can feel when you're truly making a connection with a crowd. And I felt like the whole time as a band, there was something always rumbling underneath, that it wasn't just the norm. I was watching other things going on with other acts, other people, and I felt like there was truly something unique that was taking place.
Yeah. I was saying, like, doing the website, I upload articles and press releases on you, and the engagement I get when I upload something that's related to you compared to any other artist is like 10 times. It's ridiculous.
I don't quite know what to say about something like that. I'm grateful to be in the spot.
That's cool. And it's pretty exciting times for you, because more girls like you storming the charts at the moment.
Yeah, as a writer, and the producer on the record, and just having such a bond with all these songs, I'm super grateful that things are happening with that song. But as a writer of these songs, I'm so itching to get to some of these other things.
Yeah.
We've been sitting on that song now for quite some time, and a lot of people are hearing it for the first time. The more radio plays it, this and that, and the more people know about it. But I've been sitting on that song for a while, and now I'm ready to get to Plead the Fifth, and I'm ready to get to Bittersweet Company and some of these other tunes. And so I'm grateful that song's made its way up like that. But I'm itching for people to hear what the bulk of this record actually is. Yeah,
it's great that it's doing so well, but as a fan, I'm thinking, where are all these people when Dirt Road came out?
Yeah.
To be honest, is this like a frustrating thing for you, like the way the whole industry works?
It's a funny thing, man. You can't ever figure out. You will never figure out the business of way things works and what. I have my hunches of what happened with that tune, but I've learned to try my best to not always speak my mind on what I think took place, but it's things happen, so I'm just excited to have a new project.
Yeah. Well, a special thing happened after the Wild Ones record. You built this real underground fan base. Did that give you a lot more freedom from the record label when it came to Slowheart? Well,
most certainly. I think that once because Nashville has a tendency to really be in a bubble, and a lot of times they think that you're only achieving success if you're working at radio. So as I was slowly kind of dying off at radio, my fan base was tripling in size off of that record. So it took the label to actually start seeing ticket sales, merch sales, actual record sales that were happening. And for them to come to a show and watch the way we were playing an entire record from start to finish that was all album cuts, and every song was as loud as any hit I've ever had. So that really changed the tone, because once I made that record, it had a very rock and roll edge to it. So they were scared of it, because I'd made the Up All Night record that was so commercially successful, and I understood it. You're part of a big machine, and they want that revenue to keep coming in and grow you commercially. So once I made that record, it was like, wait a minute, this is not like the last record. I was like, well, yeah, because that was the last record. I'm never going to make the same record twice. So, and I'm never going to be that guy that when I'm writing music and I'm working on a new project, I'm not going to try to hold on to that young pop culture crowd just because we're told they're buying records. I'm not going to keep singing to the same audience. I'm going to hope that my audience grows as I grow, as not only a person but as a writer. And I want my music to be indicative of that. You know, I want that to be the thing that people are latching onto and take them all on a journey with me. So the next record, I've already been writing, you know, to be honest, I've been working on a new thing that will be completely different than Slowheart. So I always want to push myself artistically and push the fans to grow with me.
Yeah. What was the thinking on the production side? Because you used to work with Brett James on the other two records, and you kind of went alone on this one, didn't you? So
you know, the producing thing was that's kind of been a second nature thing to me for so long. I was so hands-on with the first two projects. Brett's amazing. We had a great time together, but I had lived with these songs for so long, and I've been working on them for so long, and I was creating so many arrangements on my recorders and basically building a voice track full of instruments. You know, I'd sing the whole guitar piece, I'd sing the bass lines, I'd just stack tracks of my vocal, and then I would go in and figure out the guitar pieces, and then I would think about guitar tones, and I would do all these things. So I had time to live with these songs for so long that I knew exactly what I wanted, the sound I wanted, and I knew how to get it. And it was one of those things where I was just so confident in the direction I wanted to take. And for this, you know, I might get back with Brett on the next project. I felt the need to do this one myself, and it just kind of organically happened. I went in by myself and I did the first 4 tracks, and the label didn't even know that I was making a record. I went in and I did 4 tracks, and when I turned them in, there was such a universal ecstatic thing through the building that they were like, you know, where'd you do these? Who'd you do them with? And it was just like, you know, I did them at this place, in this house, and this and that. They were like, whatever you did, go get the rest of the record to be like that. So, and so that gave me a confidence too, just to go in and do it my way. But I think that I've earned that with them, where they trust me to go in and make the music that I want to make, and they know we have a unique situation going on with this fan base that's so in it. So I think they trust me to know them and know the fan base and know my audience, and just keep trying to grow this thing.
Yeah. Do you always have one eye on the live shows when you're doing the albums? Because you were doing Guitar Man last time you came and did a headlining tour, and that was special.
Yeah.
Seeing you do that in London.
Yeah, you know, and I try to, I'm always thinking about that. To be honest, when I went in the track Guitar Man, I had this, that was the one song that I dropped the ball on. I had this whole arrangement in my head, and I had all these counter melodies going on with the instruments, and when we went in, it was fighting itself, and I didn't feel like the song. I always want the lyric and the melody and the music to all be one cohesive thing and all speak together. So I felt it was all fighting and rubbing, and I was so disappointed because that was my baby, and we'd already finished the record. We were just missing that song, and time was running out, and I actually pulled everybody out of the studio, and Tom Bukovac and Dave Cohen stayed behind. And Dave Cohen just kind of started playing this organ piece over the chart, and Tom came in with the guitar, you know, riff that we've been working on, and it was then when I realized that everything that I had thought of was wrong. So the song came to life in that second. So, but immediately I'm thinking about, as I'm hearing them, this is how the song is meant to be played, not only in here but live. I'm always thinking about how is the music going to translate when we get on stage as a band. So Bittersweet Company, I wrote that in a very melancholy fashion, but when I started thinking about the title, I wanted the title to be the yin and the yang. You know, I wanted the music to be the yin and yang with that in the actual lyrics. So that's why I made that big anthemic thing to be on top of this super heart-wrenching lyric. So, but I'm thinking about the live show and how's that going to be captivating. And yeah, so it's all a cohesive thing for me.
Yeah, it's a killer album, dude. We love it. Absolutely love it.
Thank you.
So tell us about this little documentary you've been doing with PJ.
It's just been kind of documenting the journey along the way of making this record, and kind of just, he's my best buddy, so he knows me better than anybody. He also knows that when he's traveling with me and we're doing these things, he knows that he's got one shot. I'm not going to recreate a moment. So that's the beauty in having your buddy, because he's just hanging there, and he knows when things are developing and happening. So it wasn't initially, like when we were in Costa Rica, we weren't thinking about this was going to be a documentary. We were just hanging out, and he was just kind of capturing what was taking place. But then as the album started unfolding, and you start realizing that More Girls Like You came from that trip, and Bittersweet Company came from that trip, and these things. So it was essential that we kind of did that to kind of show the path.
Yeah. When can we expect to see that?
Within the next probably 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, we're going to get that in the UK
Yeah.
as well.
Yes.
Nice one.
You will.
Nice. Well, can we finish with a couple of fan questions?
Let's do it.
I got people to send stuff in.
Yeah.
Bev on Facebook wants to know, after being in the Slowhearts for such a long time, what was it like going back out on the road without Dave Lapsley on stage?
Oh man, I'll be honest. When I got the call from Dave, because Dave was the original Slowheart. I mean, he's still one of my best buddies. We're still thick as thieves. Dave was with me through all the rough times. So, and he's been my voice of reason throughout the years. He's been my sanity on the road. I get in really dark places. I slide into these crevices that are very hard for me to get out of sometimes. And Dave's always been my guy. So when I got the news, I'll be honest, I was in Hawaii and I was driving close to Lahaina, and yeah, I mean, I got pretty emotional about it. Just thinking about being on stage without him was a hard thing for me.
Yeah.
But we got a new guy named Dave Nasty who has stepped in and been nothing short of just, superb, man. He's an amazing human being, and he absolutely will melt your face off tonight, so get ready.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it, dude. Debbie on Twitter says, is there a song on Slowheart that you're surprised is getting the reaction that it is from the fans?
I don't know how this is gonna sound, but no. There's not one that I'm surprised. It was tough. I probably wrote 45 tunes for this. This was the record that I wanted to make. So I believed in these songs so much, and they were resonating with so many people around me when I was making it, that I felt like all of them were going to resonate. And so far, that's been the way it is. There wasn't one that I was like, well, this ain't going to work. I mean, I believed in all of them. So, no.
Yeah, cool. And we'll finish with a question from Andy Cox, who will know Debbie on the front row. You know Andy, you've met him before.
Yeah.
Is Kip struggling to narrow down his set list now that he has 3 albums and every song is the dog's bollocks, which means that they're all great, basically?
It's tough. I'll be honest. It's tough. I think about songs like, Drive Me Crazy from Up All Night that I love. I don't think I've played Drive Me Crazy in over a year now. And it's tough because you want to play the new music for people that are coming out tonight. So an album like Up All Night kind of gets left behind. And there's songs off of, I hadn't played Heart's Desire in quite some time. There's songs that I love, but it's just trying to find that. We're still trying to figure out, to be honest, how to make the set around these 3 records. We probably won't hit our stride until midway through this tour.
Yeah, cool. Well, we look forward to seeing it tonight, Kip.
Thank you.
Whatever songs you put on the set.
I appreciate it.
It's going to be awesome.